Arts and Culture, yours truly, Mr. James Clark.
Good afternoon. Man, you're hungry. Okay. But God is good, eh? Yeah, He's good. He saw fit to allow us to be here today. If I may say, somebody didn't see the day because their bed become their cooling board. And God is good to us. Let's bow for a brief prayer. Oh, Heavenly Father, we thank you, O God, because this is the day you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Lord, as we come together as members from the Ministry of Youth and Sports and Culture, from education, and also our corporate sponsors in the Bahamas, we come together today because you say fit, suffer the little children not. Let them come unto thee. Lord, I pray, Father God, you will bless our proceedings today. Whatever is said and done today, we give you the honor, the glory, because you are God, and beside you there's none. This I ask in your precious name, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and all of God's children say.
Oh yes, we needed that because listen, they're coming out of the Easter season. Boy, look here once again. God blessing us with His two words, grace and His mercy. Now we're going to bring in one of our talented sports officers to do the welcome and the opening remark. This gentleman stands at 6'2", and he could spike a volleyball through the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands up for Mr. Byron Ferguson.
Honorable Minister Mario K. Boleg, Minister of Sports, Director of Sports Kelsey Johnson Sills, consultants and staff from the Ministry of Education, Mr. Jamaica Watcher, President of B3As, sponsorship from BPL and BTC, distinguished guests, staff, good afternoon. It is my distinct honor to welcome you to the High School Nationals and the Frank PANCHO Track and Field Meet. Today, we gather not only to compete, but to collaborate the enduring legacy of those who have paved the way before us, those who represent excellence, discipline, and unwavering commitment to sport. These championships stand as a tribute to the spirit of the determination and the pursuit of greatness. Each athlete that will be represented embodies the values that define track and field, resilience, focus, and the courage to push beyond limits. Whether you are here to defend a title, set a new record, or simply give your very best, your presence contributes to the rich tradition of this event. To our officials, sponsors, organizers, your dedication ensures that this championship is conducted with the integrity and fairness. To spectators, your engagement fuels the athlete's performance and passion. As these events unfold, let us remember that true victory lies not only in medals, but in effort, sportsmanship, and personal achievement. May this championship inspire excellence, unity, and pride in all who participate. I would like to wish each competitor success and a memorable experience. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, like Mr. Ferguson said, that this is a welcome, a special welcome. And as I look around the room, I see one of our main sponsors, BTC. I mean, you all have, hey, put your hands together for BTC. They bring the whole staff. Who running the office down in the Mall of Marathon? I mean, BTC is in the building, and I know I can get a top up today before I leave. They got all, look at the smile. And so, ladies and gentlemen, when we first put this whole nationals, this all school nationals together, we had to select the right person, the right individual, the one who was grounded, who came from these same neighborhoods. And I'm proud to say the director of sports, Mrs. Kelsey Johnson Sills, is coming to you now to give you an overview of what it is with the Frank Pancho Rahming all school. When I say all school nationals. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our Director of Youth and Sports, Mrs. Kelsey Johnson Sills. She is 6'2".
With heels on. Good afternoon. Standing on the established protocol, Minister, I just want you to know that the consultant made me the Director of Youth, Sports, and Culture, so I expect a pay raise. All right? But good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. This year's championship will be an amazing one, thanks to our title sponsor, BTC, all of our participants, all of the coaches, all of the principals, Ministry of Education, all of the parents, everyone. We were so excited to host this year's meet. This year's meet is being hosted under the theme, Every Athlete, Every Ability, Every Mind in Motion. And this will be the second time in the history of any track meet held in this country, we have an all-inclusive meet, meaning that we have persons from special education with special abilities from around the Family Islands as well as Nassau. They will be competing in the meet. Last year, we only had persons from the special education side. They competed from the New Providence side. But this year, we have representatives from Beacon School, that's in Freeport, and all the other schools that cater to those persons with the special needs. And I must shout out those persons from Ministry of Education who are in the back there, who made it their choice. And they told us, listen, we have to include these persons. And let me tell you, at 9 a.m., they're going to be there from 8:45, warm and ready. They are so excited to be in the meet, and we are so excited to have them. So thank you so much for our Ministry of Education for allowing that. This year's meet, we are expecting more than 3,000 student athletes. That's from Bimini in the north to Inagua in the south. Bahamas Air, who's also one of our sponsors, we had to make them a sponsor because they had to put on extra flights. Western Air is also trying to do the same for us. Breezes, we are hosting our villages at Breezes. We're also at Holiday Inn and Courtyard Marriott. So if you don't know, and if you want a room at one or three of those hotels, you're going to have to book week after next. Because thanks to my honorable minister, we have the place on lock. All right? So thank you so much to them. But this year's meet was one for the ages in terms of qualifying. For the first time, we hosted a regional meet, and every island was placed into a region. So we had the Grand Bahama Lucayan region that hosted Abaco, and schools from Abaco and schools from Bimini. We had the Eleutheran region that hosted schools from Cat Island, all of Eleuthera. And then we had the Exuma region that hosted schools from Exuma, Long Island, and San Salvador. And Crooked Island and Auckland's, they are bringing 26 persons. And for the first time, let me tell you, they were able to have a meet. And even though their track surface was only 200 meters, they were able to adjust. So not only were the kids and the parents able to see, have a track meet there, and all the other islands, but we now have officials who when we went down into the islands, BACO certified a number of officials. So it was a teach one, teach all moment. So we now have about 60 more certified BACO officials who are trained and ready to put on track and field meets. We also have all coaches from the primary school level to the high school level. They must be certified in safeguarding. And if you know what safeguarding is, that's something that is put on to make sure that you are in compliance with all of the safety projects and everything like that as it relates to the hosting of athletes, the training of athletes, what is a safe touch, what is not a safe touch. So we would have about, I think, 80 to 100 coaches or safeguarding officers in Nassau as of Monday. So that's another big achievement from this ministry. But on Monday, like I said, 3,000 plus student athletes will be descending here in New Providence. We already have BAISS, and we have the ones from GSSSA. So all you Sackers, you weren't supposed to say woo. But all you Sackers, come out. Everyone who represents all of the conferences, we want you to come out. You would have been able to see your student athlete qualify. So we took the two top qualifiers from each region. So you would see the two top names with the big Qs. They automatically qualified. And then we looked at all of the regions. We compiled the list, and then we said, okay, the next 16 top times or distances, those are the ones who made up the field. So you have top elite athletes coming in. We have Kiesha Thomas coming back. We have Jose Johnson, who just won a ton of medals at the Carifta. They'll all be competing. So we want to say thank you so much to all of the coaches for their hard work, all of the parents for their support, and most importantly, when I saw Miss LaToya, Hannah, Moxie in the VIP section at the Devon Charlton meet, I say, hi, friend, how are you? I really wanted to be in my best Queen English, and I said, I need you. She said, what? I said, I'm going to have to let BTC sponsor this meet because that's the only way we will stay connected. So thank you so much, BTC. And we also want to thank all of our other sponsors and supporters. So that's our basic overview, and we thank you so much for having us.
Yes, and so I'm guessing that everyone have a good overview and a good idea of what we are trying to prove. And when we bring BTC in and we talk about connectivity, I wear a serious shirt so people could actually see that all of the islands in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas will be connected. Eh? It will be connected. You need to go and get a shirt like this because we're trying to connect all of the islands through sports and education. You understand? And up next, we have another sponsor. He's in here next. Yeah, so we're gonna move through, but BPL will be doing some remarks with us too because they light up our life. And around the sports center, we have a few dark spots, and they say we're gonna brighten up every area of the sports center for safety. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on. This gentleman doesn't need any introduction. This guy is one of the guys who ran around 1033 in high school. But a few little injuries, one or two little injuries got him, but he had the sideline. He said, I want to represent the B3As. I want to be the president of the B3As. I want to take track and field to the next level. And he was one of those same gentlemen who inspired the Ramon Millers, the Egan Neely, them soccer. You see when she said soccer, but I tell them, this B3A's president has the children at heart. When we hosted the Carifta Games, it was him who's running up and down and cheering for those children. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the president of the B3A's, Mr. Dramico Archer.
Good afternoon, everyone. We come to this place with big dreams. And let me tell you, this event is not only for big dreamers, but this event calls for us to consider how big of a deal this event really is. Today is really BPL's and BTC's moment, but I believe I would be remiss if I did not talk about the one important entity that brings all of this to reality. I hear Kelsey giving the accolades to so many people, but they never speak about the work that they do that embodies this ideal of progress. The revolution of the Ministry of Sport I think falls at their feet. And I would be the first to say that over my long history in this sport, I believe that I've seen the greatest results in this administration. And so I call that progress. So I wish to thank the government of the Bahamas, as I've done yesterday, but more particularly the visionaries of the director, Ms. Kelsey Johnson-Sills, and our very own minister, the Honorable Mario K. Boleg. So I had to ask Latoya, well, what's the new slogan? She said the slogan is very simple: feel the vibes. Right, Toya? Feel the vibes of BTC. And I want to say a little about BTC and why BTC is so important to our world of track and field. The day marks a significant and inspiring moment in the continued advancement of track and field in our nation. On behalf of the B3As, better known as the Bahamas Association of Athletic Associations, it is my honor to formally welcome and celebrate BTC as the title partner of the Frank PANCHO RAHMING All-School Track and Field Championships. For many years, BTC has stood as more than just a telecommunications provider. They've been steadfast in championing our cause in sport, in youth development, and national pride. From their enduring partnership with the B3As, to their title sponsorship at the Carifta Trials, to their high school nationals sponsorship in previous years, and multiple editions of the World Relays, BTC has consistently demonstrated what it means to embody true corporate citizenship. This partnership is not merely transactional, it's transformational. It speaks to the power of corporate and social partnership, where investment is not only measured in dollars, but in dreams being realized, communities strengthened, and futures shaped. BTC understands that when we invest in sport, particularly track and field, we are investing in discipline, resilience, opportunity, and the country's identity. Track and field is woven into the very fabric of the Bahamas. It is where young boys and girls from every island and settlement discover their potential. It is where communities unite with pride and where a nation finds its voice on the global stage. The exponential impact of investment cannot be overstated. It builds not just athletes, but citizens, not just competitors, but leaders. And importantly, it is also an investment in education. The track is often a pathway to academic opportunity, opening doors to scholarships, higher learning, and lifelong achievements. When we support these championships, we are reinforcing the value of education and creating a pipeline of national development that extends far beyond the finish line. Look at Floyd. You never thought he'd have come this far, right? We have seen remarkable progress in our track and field program over the years. We've seen growth that mirrors the rapid advancement and innovation that telecommunications sector speaks about every day. Just as BTC continues to expand connectivities across our islands, so too we are expanding the opportunities for our youth, ensuring that no talent goes undiscovered and no dream goes unsupported. Today we align these two powerful forces, connectivity and capability, technology and talent, corporate vision and athletic excellence. As president of the B3As, I give my full assurance that we are committed to making this partnership beneficial to all of our stakeholders, our athletes, our schools, our communities, and our partners. Together, we will build a platform that not only showcases excellence, but we nurture it. To the athletes traveling from every corner of our archipelago, the stage is yours. We wish you the greatest success. Compete with heart and pride, and with the knowledge that an entire nation stands behind you. When we invest in our youth, we do not simply shape the future, we secure it. Today we celebrate progress. Progress in our communities, progress through partnerships with BTC, and progress in the lives and the journey of our athletes. Thank you, and may the championships inspire continued greatness.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend there. And my 2 words today is communication and collaboration. Teamwork always make the dream work. And ladies and gentlemen, there's no other 2 ministries that has communication and collaboration in it. It's education and sports. I can say that again. Education and sports. Our director of education has a pressing matter that she is dealing with, and she said that she has her deputy director of sports. This gentleman is a level 2 track and field coach. He also spearheads the technology department. He's in control of technology, and he could get technical. This gentleman also plays basketball, and he is 6'4" and 2 inches. His name is Mr. Julian Anderson, Deputy Director of Education. That's my friend, he was my principal and all at C.R. Walker. You all know him from Aaron Bailey. Don't come late to his school.
Thank you, Mr. Mbrister. Please permit me to stand on the established protocol. A pleasant good afternoon to all. I am delighted to be here today to represent the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin and the entire Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational staff throughout the Bahamas at this press conference to announce plans for the first BTC BPL Bahamas National Frank PANCHO RAHMING Track and Field Championships under the theme, Every Island, Every Ability, Every Mind in Motion. This indeed is an historic moment, as this is the first time we have had a combined track and field championship that features students at all school levels. We commend the Department of Sports in the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture for its vision in staging this groundbreaking event. By uniting primary and high school athletes from public and private schools, we will be showcasing the promise of our youngest competitors and the strength of our senior school athletes. This combined meet reflects the very spirit of our nation: many islands, many talents, one Bahamas. It fosters mentorship, inspires excellence, and bridges distance, ensuring that every child's ability is recognized and celebrated. Our gratitude is also extended to BTC and BPL for their corporate sponsorship of this championship. It demonstrates your continued belief in the youth of our nation and your willingness to support them in turning their athletic dreams into reality. Just a few days ago, in the 2026 Carifta Championships, we saw what investing in our youth can achieve: powerful performances on regional and international stage. I pause to congratulate our Carifta athletes for their stellar performance. The patron of this meet, Mr. Frank PANCHO RAHMING, is a lifelong champion in Bahamian track and field. I'm certain that he is pleased to see the meet expand to public and private school athletes throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Throughout his coaching career, Mr. RAHMING actively sought to mentor and propel our athletes from local arena to the world stage. It is important to note that this event is not only about medals or records, but about our shaping character. Sports instill discipline, teamwork, accountability, and resilience, qualities essential for success in life. Track and field also open doors to educational and training opportunities at home and abroad. These prospects reinforce the importance of investing in our athletic development through curriculum coaching and infrastructure. Our expectation is that this combined championship will ignite passion, strengthen unity, and produce elite athletes who will proudly carry the Bahamian flag on the world stage. Further, we hope that our athletes transform the lessons taught in the classroom: discipline in study, perseverance in problem solving, respect for rules, and collaboration with peers, and will transpose this into track and field world where those same qualities can drive them to accomplish their goals, overcome challenges, and excel both as individuals and teammates. To all student athletes who will compete in these championships, I wish you every success. May this event showcase the brilliance of Bahamian youth and inspire greatness across every island. Thanks also to the parents and coaches who also made a significant investment in our athletes so that they can run, leap, and jump to success. Thank you, and may God richly bless you.
Yes, so now we can keep the vibe alive now. Listen to me, back in my days, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, we used to say, BTC has done it again. BTC has done it again. You know what it is? Last week, Director Sill said to me, Mr. Bristol, we're having a press conference. And she called me back, oh, we have to put it off. The sponsor said they're going to support Carifta. So we had to put it back for this day now. And now we're gonna let now the executive manager who was in charge of marketing come and give some remarks. Mrs. Latoya Hannah Moxie will bring some remarks to you. BTC has done it again and again. Now, I looking at Latoya. Latoya look like she only about 4 feet. She only look like she ain't got no height. She got on heels. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Miss Hannah Moxie.
Thank you so much. I wish I could be a part of the 6-foot crew today, but unfortunately I wasn't blessed in that category. This is a very intimate experience for me. It's kind of full circle, actually, for multiple reasons. I actually was a student athlete and was a part of Pioneers Track Club. So PANCHO being able to symbolize all that he's done for the youth over the last few decades, I think is just phenomenal to see that he can get his flowers. First and foremost, I think it's really important. So I won't age myself, but he's been coaching and mentoring for a lot of decades. So it's wonderful to be tied to him in this aspect. And because of that, obviously, I know a lot of people in the room because of the experiences of sports. So very, very honored to be a part of this experience. Having said that, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, Director of Sports, Mrs. Kelsey Johnson-Sills, other staff present here from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, BTC executives and team members, distinguished guests, media, good afternoon. I think my friend said we're all hungry. Let's try that again. Good afternoon. Thank you. I'd like to begin by thanking the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture for its continued leadership and steadfast commitment to the development of youth and sports in the Bahamas. Events such as the upcoming Bahamas National Frank PANCHO RAHMING All Schools Track and Field Championships scheduled for April 14th to the 17th require vision, coordination, and a deep investment in the future of our country. At BTC, we recognize the power of sport as a unifying force and a catalyst for national development. The Frank Pancho RAHMING Championships represent far more than competition. They represent opportunity. They provide a platform for young Bahamians to discover their potential, build confidence, and pursue excellence both on and off the track. This year's championships are especially significant, as it is my understanding that this is, for the first time, primary, junior, and senior schools and children with special needs where they will all come together on one national stage. That level of inclusion is powerful. It fosters unity across age groups, strengthens the sporting community, and inspires young athletes by giving them a clear vision of what they can achieve. It is for these reasons that BTC is proud to serve as the title sponsor of these championships, contributing $25,000 to support the successful execution and continued growth of our youth athletes. Our investment goes beyond sponsorship. It reflects our commitment to youth empowerment, community development, and the long-term advancement of our nation. When we look at events like this, we are not simply watching races. We're witnessing the future of Bahamian athletics. Among these young competitors are future Olympians, record holders, and global ambassadors for our country. Equally important, we are nurturing discipline, resilience, and leadership, qualities that will serve these young people throughout their lives. BTC has consistently demonstrated its commitment to sports development, proudly supporting initiatives including High School Nationals, CARIFTA, the Bahamas Basketball Federation, the Bahamas Olympic Association, FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup, the BTC World Athletics Relays Bahamas in 2024, the Golden Girls, the Golden Knights, Ariana Vanderpool Wallace, Anthony Strawn, Shawnee Miller-Weibo, Stephen Gardner, and our current brand ambassador and three-time world champion hurler, Devin Charlton. And now we can add to that list the historic All Schools Championship. This continued investment underscores our role as a true partner in nation building and our belief in the limitless potential of our Bahamian youth. With over 2,000 plus athletes representing 12 islands, this year's championships promises to be an extraordinary showcase of talent, determination, and national pride. It will be a celebration of energy and spirit that define our young people. To all the athletes preparing to compete, this is your moment. Embrace the opportunity, give it your best effort, and take pride in representing your schools, your communities, and our country. In closing, I again want to thank the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture, our partners, and all who have made this event possible. At BTC, we believe in backing potential, investing in people, and building a nation that wins on and off the track. The future of the Bahamas is not ahead of us. It is already here. It's standing on that field, standing on the track, and we are proud to support and be behind it. Thank you.
I feel good because, I mean, both of us was trained coached by Frank Pancho RAHMING, and I was like, when? Because I know every other athlete. Me and Velma them been with Pancho from Norbel the Yak, and I like, she looked like she can't even kill a fly. But I'm gonna give BTC credit. I mean, when she going through all of those sponsors, that's a lot of sponsors, and I talking about elite athletes. Elite, they sponsored all of those, but BTC has done it again. BTC has done it again. And our final and official remarks will be coming. This gentleman went to AF Adley. And some people get scared when they say AF Adley fighting tigers. You know, and that's when he was there because, woo, if you go in AF Adley, you see the tigers dunking the ball, even the female one dunking the ball. This gentleman has a passion for education, for sports, for children. He also was the president of the Basketball Federation. You know what that is? For them to fly him down to Miami and receive the ball that VJ Edgecombe them was playing, the game ball. He got that. But most of all, I respect this gentleman because this gentleman was in the banking industry. You know, you don't find much gentlemen them who could handle money. You know, they say sticky hands, but his hands is not sticky. Ladies and gentlemen, with BTC in the room and BPL in the room, and this gentleman has everybody in Blue Hill Estate and Blue Hill. They all of them. They screaming for him. They screaming for him. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Honorable Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture. Not just sports, youth, sports, and culture. My friend, my buddy, my pal, Minister Mario Bowleg. Yes, yes. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Standing on established protocol, I saw Jamaica took my speech. Yeah, you did. But I'm happy that you took it. So that means I'll be shorter, because those who would have spoke before me would have touched on everything that needed to be said. But I asked the question, what does progress means? And what does progress look like? Progress means opportunity, advancement, innovative thinking, moving forward, empowerment of young people. That's what progress looks like. And why I say that? When I came in this ministry, we wanted to change the status quo and not for things to remain the same as we met it. And I have a director and a Department of Sports who took that in and ran with it. Today we have districts and we have regionals in the country, something that we never had before, where all student athletes from across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas finally has an opportunity to compete at home and then come to New Providence to compete in what we call the PANCHO RAHMING High School, which is now all schools nationals. That's what you're talking about, progress. That's empowerment of the youth. That's providing opportunity for young people. And I want to take this opportunity to thank BPL for their sponsorship, but most importantly, thank our title sponsor, BTC, for once again, for the years of them being around as a corporate sponsor in this country to continue to also be there for our young people. So BTC, we thank you, and we look forward to more years. Don't stop here now of your continued support, because we will be expanding to district, regionals, and to nationals. And so if you're going to cover the Bahamas, like Floyd said, then we expect for you to cover the Bahamas to regionals, districts, and nationals. So thank you, BTC, and thank you, everyone, for coming. I'm looking forward for a few days of exciting events, and we will once again see the entire Bahamas here at the Nationals representing their various family islands. And the only time you would see that is in the Bahama Games. So think about that. Thank you.
Ain't no one can say it better than the minister. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelt. This is the time for questioning and answer. Well, I'm going to bring back on the director. I'm going to say what? Yes. BTC been doing it again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, all your questions will be forwarded to the director of sports, Mrs. Kelsey Johnson's 6 foot, 5'11". And ladies and gentlemen, I just want off the record, this was my former student athlete. And I did say student athlete. She just wasn't an athlete, a student too. Mrs. Kelsey Johnson. I'm so proud of her. I had to say it on national TV. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. We now open the floor to any questions from the media. Oh, I want to say that ticket sales were supposed to go on the ticket booth office, box office was supposed to open yesterday, but we wanted to wait until we officially announced who our title sponsor was. So we will now launch our ticket booth opening as of tomorrow, okay? We have ticket prices that matches everybody's pocket. So you don't have to worry to wait until payday. You can come down and cheer on for as low as $3 if you are a child. Notice $3 for children, about $15 for adults, and that will take you into the entire meet. But if you want to sit in the VIP and be the very important people, we have packages ranging from about $45 or $50. I don't have all of the information on me, but I will be sharing it in a few on our various platforms. So any questions, Mr. Stubbs? Zadanas? Okay, that means we did well. I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you once again to BTC, but we do have other sponsors, BTC being the big boys. We have Fidelity, we have Grand Bahama Port Authority, Bahamas Air, we have Western Air, we have Bahamas Waste, and please, I hope this is live, so I need to remember everybody. BPL, yes, BPL was mentioned, that's why I didn't mention them. BPL. We have a plethora of sponsors. Everybody accidentally wins here. Now, I didn't want to say that slogan because they did not sponsor us. Yeah, so everybody wins. But thank you so much for, joining us at this press conference. We have a number of activities planned, so come out, especially on Wednesday to the opening ceremony. We'll have BTC in full force. And if you want to win free data for life, free phones for life, iPhone 20, come on down. It's free, thanks to BTC. Apple, orange, banana, all, iPhone, whatever it is. Yeah, iPhone 20. So there are no chats. But come on now, we'll make it happen for you. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to a close, our dignitarian and our sponsors will be taking some photos. Mr. Johnson, give me some of that Bahamian music, man, so we can't just sit here and the AC is cold, you know what I mean? We need to lighten up, That's right, give us some little music. Yeah, that's Bahamian. Yeah, that's my type of music, I ain't know about y'all. Some of y'all born in the 80s. Man, I born in 68. That's the kind of music right there. Yeah, man.